it was also recording video, which we don't want. Okay, yeah. So these are some, yeah, these are the some key you can see logical operator which we use to compare and all. And anything else we are missing? So these actually helps where most of the times you can actually compare this also directly. A, B, C is equals to E, F, G. So this will say false. Otherwise, it if it is like this. So string comparison is also there. So you can directly compare them and do some operations.
Here we are
Uh,
not even using print command, just like shift and enter, we are getting the output.
yeah, so that is what I was saying. You don't have to write print statement. You can
Mm.
directly run the cell. Whatever output is expected, it will come into here actually. So these were some logical operator we covered. Yeah, similarly you can say now we go to if and else. So you might be knowing flow control operator, or we call them as a flow control, right? You
And
want to control the flow of the code in the sense how it
right.
should run. Yeah. So we say if a statement is also there, it's directly we can say if a is greater than 5, we can say a print statement will come. Yes, a is larger than 5. We also have else if actually we can say a is equals to,
It's elif.
yeah. So SE is missing, else if we call this. So yeah, print, yes, a is equal to 5, and similarly last else statement is also there when you say like, yeah, do anything. So yes, a is less than 5. So but we haven't defined a as of now. So when you a is 5, you can say it is printing a is equals to this. When a is 4, it will print yes, a is less than 5, and when it is greater than, it will print a is larger than. So these are the three generally flow one we have. Similarly, yeah, so you can have this, you understand, right? Why we use this and all. Yeah, it's just for comparison and for checking data is correct or not based on the inputs which we are getting.
Yeah. One doubt.
Yeah,
Like here
these
also we use this what is it?
generally we use
Dot.
in every programming, yeah, classes. This
Yeah.
if and else, yeah.
If a is greater than 5 and there is one assignment, that colon is used, right?
Yeah, yeah. So just yeah, focus on the how it is working. This. So remember, for if you must need this any you can say condition. We call this as a condition, right? If condition is true, then only it will print this. For else also it is required to give the condition, but sorry, else if we require to give the condition, but for else you can skip the condition. Yeah. So
What if we miss this
uh,
semicolon here? Does it will it throw
and
an error?
you can skip this else if also. This is also optional, but if is there, you don't require else also. This is also fine. It will just do whenever it is true, otherwise it will return nothing. Yeah, when it is suppose 6 is there. Sorry, yeah, 4 is there. It will do nothing. So this is the idea whenever based on your condition. Yeah, you were asking anything.
Yes, yes. The colon is there, right? After else. If we forgot to give it, will it throw an error?
Yeah, it will throw error because it's an invalid index. So you need colon also, And for the next statement, either you need one indentation. This will also throw error. In
What is
other languages, what
indentation?
we'll have to do, we used to do this actually.
Oh, okay.
Remember, right?
Yeah,
In
yeah.
C++, you have to give like this. And this if is also comes with like some brackets and all. And we used to give here also,
Mm. We used to write then. If this is then, printf.
yeah, then
If
is
then is
there, yeah.
missing.
So yeah, just focus on this syntax. Actually, syntax only you have to remember or learn.
Okay. This don't have end for what in syntax or
This don't have.
end if like we have opened a if condition, then else,
Correct.
then
Yeah, we
else,
don't have
end.
to close it.
Oh,
Is
fine.
because of else only. Else is treated as that end if condition. Yeah.
Okay. No, in other programming languages, giving
Yeah,
a
yeah.
end if in misplaced, that is a major issue.
Correct, correct. So here it's very straightforward. This is only the if and else. This is you can remember, I think. So next is we wanted to cover for flow control the for loops and while loops. Similar, we have for loops for I in. We generally write this range, but for time being we can write like this 5, and this is the syntax for loop. You can see you print, it will print for you in going in iteration one by one. And here also you can see tab is important. Tab not even this will work with one space. Only thing is you have to tell this is next line or next execution statement, which is not in the continuation with for. That is only the key, but generally in convention we use tab. So you can see every Python examples and all, they will have this. You might be remembering there is one more loop, we call this while.
Mm.
Yeah, so similarly you can write while I is less than 5. And here the incremental or this thing you have to define in while, but in the print it will auto treat as a starting from initial elements and going till the last elements. And yeah, I is equals to I plus 1 we used to say, right?
Right.
And we can define this I here saying I is equals to 0. So it will print for 0 to 4, not 5th, because we are terminating our condition whenever it is greater than,
Less than.
yeah, just, yeah, equal to 5 or greater than 5. This is the while statement. Just have a look how they are. In case you don't able to see, I can zoom this, I think. Yeah,
No,
control
visibility is
plus.
fine.
Yeah, these are visible. This is one of the while loop. And in while and for, I think else statement also works. Else print I plus 1, I think. But it will not, yeah. Last termination, after one termination, it will print this statement also for you. Here, actually, I should, yeah, tell, yeah, in else, yeah. Similarly, you can do else in the while loop also. Yeah. But
This else is not the same like if else or what?
yeah, this else is saying after your for loop, you want to do something or not. So that is like an optional thing. These we never generally use, not much. But in case you want to use, I am just giving heads up. You might be finding some codes where people are using, yeah, else statement. Yeah. That is one of the thing you can see. Suppose it is like you still want to see after your while loop is converted and all, meaning after your while loop is done, you want to do some operation. Then actually you have to write else. Yeah, tell me when it's completed. Yeah, data reading was completed. You can say it was based on data something. So you
Okay.
can write data reading completed. Yeah. It's like, yeah, generally it is like, yeah, telling you when it is going to complete and all. We generally skip this, so this you can remove and work with this. So these are the some for loop and while loop. After that, there is one special method we have is range in Python, which actually gives you the list of values in the same order, but it will print as of now like this. It will say starting 0. 0 is default start for this. And actually, to access these things, you have to write for loop sometimes. And when you say it is going to do the same similar operator which we did, but it will skip the last element actually. So range is actually giving you a list of sequence of integers based on step size, but in this step size is 1. We did not put any step size. So it is going to give you like ranging from 0 to similarly. So it is like you don't want to write uh,
The last range.
yeah, large rings and all. So here you can see you can define like 100 to 500 also. Then it will start from 100. Let's write 110 then. Okay, like this. So this is one. I don't remember we can have this or not. Yeah, we will have this also. Like it was similar to that list. Remember? Yeah,
Okay.
but it is giving you a list of integers mainly. Yeah, always it is. Yeah, you cannot give. I think float and all. It will throw error. Yeah, this is actually meant for list. Sorry, integers,
Integer.
and it will give you a list based on that. So this is one, and let me check. Yeah, if and else is fine. Yeah, many if and else you can check. Sequence and all we can say 5 times. Yeah, while hope we talk. Yeah, range. You have to. Yeah, suppose this you wanted to check, you can check like this range of 100 or 10. It will actually, when you call this list operator, what it is doing is it is converting the output given by range into a list and putting into list. That is also a easier way to visualize what is inside the range.
List of range. That is little bit new.
Yeah, range is actually new for just get habitual like how we use the list. Sorry, range. Range is very frequently used by people, and you can also use
Okay.
supposing, yeah, similarly there you can write like this list of range of 0 to 10 comma minus 1 is also there in okay, no, why should oh, okay, yeah, in this case it will not work. You have to write like from starting going to 0 in reverse order kind of.
What was the change we made? Instead of giving zero at the first position, we gave at a second, like a stop.
Stopping criteria. So how it is working, you have to decide in this one is sorry. This is like you have to tell start. Start is one of the argument. Stop is one argument, and step is optional argument. So, and start is also generally optional. You can see only stop is fine. But if you are giving start, it should be saying start and stop. So it is saying we should start with 5, uh, end at 0, and -1 is for reversing or not reversing. This is the step size. So meaning 5 minus 1 will be the next element. 3 minus 1 will be the next element. 4 minus 1 will be next element. Minus 1 it is doing for each of the elements. So yeah. So your next element is dependent on, it's not the other way which we were doing list actually. If you write here itself, remember -1, it will reverse for you.
Right.
So this is little different. It is doing the -1 from each of the element. Next element should be. So when you hover this, I think, yeah, it's sorry, this is coming. It is saying the step size is added actually by default. Yeah, till the end, it meets the end of the criteria. End criteria is 0. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
this
This
might
is
need some
also,
more practice.
yeah, yeah, correct.
Okay.
This is range and one more thing we teach mostly is this, yeah, list comprehension. So this is very generally used in Python interview questions. Comprehension. Those who know this very well, this is very good for them. Suppose you want to create I, and you are writing this I in a range of 5, and but actually you are going to store this value. Suppose some data, you call this data as a list, you want to store this. So how you can do this? So data dot append was there, remember, right?
Yeah.
Append method, and you can write I. Sorry, yeah, this we can remove. Yeah. So you want to store, or you can directly do this actually, list of that. But now if you print data, this is going to give you this.
Can I have the example thing? Like
Yeah, yeah, correct.
data
This is
defined
data
with
was an empty list.
mm,
You range over I and you are storing into data. So you will get, yeah, 0 will be the first, second, third, fourth, and 5. This way you will get 5 elements. Now, if you want to put one condition, right? If I is my even numbers, that is like very easy. We say, right? This is the condition. Only even number you want.
okay.
So you will like write. You have to write like this, right? For loops and do checking whiles and all. Check condition and it will give you all the. Suppose you want till 50 also. So you can do the same operation like this, and it will give you the list of all the even numbers till 50. But in Python, you can do this in all the statements in a one line. How we do this is, you can say data is equals to, you are creating a list of I for I in range 50. Sorry, yeah. If I is your even. So if you do this operation, it is meaning same as what you did in these 3 lines.
Okay.
So
Okay.
this we call this as a list comprehension. Yeah, you were asking something.
There we have given append. Here we didn't use
Append
data.
and all, yeah, correct. So you can see you are getting the similar result.
Okay, without append also, if we are defining the
So
list.
yeah, so what it is doing is, it is saying iterate over 50 and do this comparison. If this satisfies, make a list, and that list is make a list is given by this command, or you can say this operators, convert them into list, and tell me what is the output. Yes, this is how it works. Just for sake of visibility, I am using 10 now. I can see in the first screen itself. Yeah.
Okay.
This is a shorter version, you can say, of for loops. And you can put as much as condition here actually. Suppose you want to put another condition saying and I should be greater than 5. So it will give you all the what it will give 6 and 8 because those are only the greater than 5. Yeah. So this is one question.
Rishikesh, just give me a minute. My charge, laptop is running out of battery. I'll connect
Yeah,
it back.
okay, okay. Fine. I also wanted break. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm back. Thank you. We can go ahead now.
Are you back?
Yes.
Okay. So this was list comprehension. Yeah, see, you have to write append. Generally, yeah, we use for this actually squaring and all, cube and all. These are the things. Even this is also one of the example. Yeah. So now we go to functions. Functions, you know, certain piece of code. What is the feature of function?
It is used to return a value.
Yeah, if you and yeah, say correct. Functions, how we define is very important. You should have def, then function name will come into picture. Its arguments and what it does. Here you write your code. Mostly we can say this is yeah, this is just printing for you. Yeah. So in this, arguments are optional. You know, many times if you remove them, then also it will work. When you call this function name, and yeah, this also you can call, but actually you have to call like this because function you can uh, previously it has some argument. So let's pass something. Okay, yeah, just say name for time being. Uh, sorry, it should be like this name and just uh, say hello to. name. So suppose we are writing, hey, yeah. So you can pass any names here. For time being, I pass my thing. It is showing error. Function takes. Yeah, you have to redefine because I forgot to run this. So it will say hello to Rishi. Yeah, something. So this is the only good thing you have to learn is meaning it has one keyword which is def, and then function name you have to give, and its signature or parameters, and how you want to use actually. So this is function. Generally, you have to do what we call them is finding even number, odd number. Those are some function.
Okay. And do we have any format like how do we define a function name? Like,
Oh, format in the sense.
uh, like in the variable first letter should be caps, then following
Yeah,
should
yeah.
be some
So naming conventions, right?
convention. Yeah.
So Python community is agreed on this pep at they call this standards. You can this is given by uh, yeah, Python community, and you can read here what they say is generally you can say you can use underscores to you can say we use mainly yeah this underscores to have two letters, right? Differentiate between two letters or three letters, and all these are generally what to say is small letters. Yeah, functions names are a small letter. Function names or class methods, we call them in a class when its function is there. We call them as a methods, right? So those are always in small letters. When you are defining constant, you will use capital letters,
Yeah.
and for uppercase, yeah, here it is. I think they have defining. So it depends on organization also. Sometimes they use this one camel case. Call it capitalize each of the new
This
words.
is what I was asking.
Yeah, yeah, correct. So initially they use this also mixed case. So it depends entirely on uh, the users actually, but most of these tools which we are using currently, they will already have this some testing actually extensions. They will recommend us actually what is the best practice and all. So Pylance is also there. I think they this actually does the checking for your or Intelli. Yeah, this one IntelliSense. It will help you to like find out error is there or not. I mean the code and all, and it will also some of the I think PyCharm I use it generally suggest everything for me, and it's very well versed. Even it suggests like you should have a two spacing after this is the after definition of any of the line next line when you are defining any function you should give two space and all,
Yes.
and you should have yeah. So there are some pep standards you can follow them and refer actually. Yeah, this guidelines is there. Yeah, have very huge yeah for everything they have given, but some of the basics you can see. Yeah,
Okay.
what is pep? Yeah, they have. Oh, okay, yeah. I think when you write one special thing in this, I think it will come help something. Yeah, help is there. When you call it's yeah Python symbols modules and all. Oh, so suppose, yeah, help is one way to find. Suppose you want to know about list. So you just write help of list. It will give you, oh, sorry, uh, it will give you what is list and what all the arguments or functions we have. Everything, a basic at least you will get about the list. One way is this. Yeah, we were defining function. So suppose we define. Any suggest any function which we can do. Suppose age categorization we are doing. Yeah. So you will pass age and you will write certain if conditions based on age, right?
Yeah.
If age is lesser than 20 or 30, I assume it will be always greater than. You can return, yeah, this person is young, something like that. If else, if is their age is greater than 20, greater than equals to 20 and lesser than 40, you will call them as a return middle or working man kind of. Else you will say they are senior citizen kind of thing. Yeah. This how you define, then how you will call them as like age category and give this age number. Suppose you give the 50, it will say yeah. You
This
give
is like
10.
directly we are calling a function, right? Like
Ah,
without directly
so
we are calling the function.
correct, correct. When you define them, we are calling the functions. And remember, yeah, the return operation is also optional. Remember in the one of the previous example, I just had function print. So it
Yeah.
was printing. It was not returning. So there is some difference in printing and returning. So you might be knowing, suppose you are returning name itself. So when you run this, it will do both of the things. It is returning my name and printing also. So
Mhm.
suppose you remove this print and you store this return. So what is returned value? You are storing in return value variable. So say hello is not going to print now. It will just return the same value actually. So you might be knowing here we have to return sometimes. And remember, I think other class methods and all you have to define, I think functions. Okay, yeah, in methods actually you used to define actually what should be return type and all in other Python language, sorry, other
Right.
programming
Other
languages.
languages. Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
Return date we will give.
Here also you can return multiples in easy way. I think you just say name first element. So when you run this, so return value will have two values. That is like R and Rishi because R was the first element of name.
Oh,
So you should yeah know this. Like sometimes you want to return two elements, you can just write comma and all, or you can convert them into any format also like set or tuple, whatever list you want to come. That depends on how you want to use actually. So previously it was tuple, right? Now it will become list actually. So now you can access directly. Yeah, first element is this. First return element, second return element. So yeah, previously we were not returning, and you can use save these value of return values anywhere, any of the variables which you wanted.
okay,
So
it is
function.
necessarily not mandatory like we need to give it to some variable, then only call a function.
No, no, not necessary. It depends on use case how you want to use. Suppose so how the you are going to use. Suppose you have a list of this ages and you want this age category a new column, then you will call this function and create a new column based on age category or salary range you are there. So many times what will come in your data is I can suggest is you will have list of values, but you want to somehow do the categorization of it. So you did some categorization, now you want to check how many senior members are in the entire list and all. So then you write this temporary this function, and you can say you have one data frame or Excel file from where you read this. And actually there are some methods where you can use this. You can directly apply these functions actually. So you can pass this column name here, like this, and then apply function will be there. Actually one more method on top of it, you can just pass this. It will create you a list of yeah, actually you can do here itself. Maybe let's try how it can work actually in our example. Suppose you have age list saying like, yeah, 10 is there, 20 is there, 30 is there, 40 is there, 50 is there. Suppose 60 is also there. Now we have one map function. Actually, what it does, it takes what is you are going to do and which function you are going to apply. So you can, I think it should work. And function is not iterable. Yeah, function we cannot pass like this. So okay, yeah, no, not like this. Yeah, something else is there. Yeah. So let's go. And yeah, I forgot to tell for any of the function. Suppose you want to write about that function, what it is doing, you can write here. This is known as doc string. Uh, Generally, this is optional. Not generally, always it is optional. You can write, but now if you write, suppose help of this function name, I think, uh, yeah, function name is a function. So,
A
hmm,
function name is age category, right? If
actually,
you
yeah, these are actually helpful in documenting your code and all, where you will tell what this function is doing, what parameter it is taking, what it is returning. So for that purpose, we use this doc string. I think I also didn't tell you like for commenting, we use hash. You
hash,
remember
yeah.
commenting one line. Suppose second line, you can still comment, continue on that. When you have a second line, when you have multiple lines, we use this triple single quotes. Uh, Multiple line commenting. So you can see many you can write, and yeah, this will have no effect on code and all. Oh, but
Okay.
it is why it is printing here. Yeah.
It's flashing.
Oh no, yeah, why it is doing this? Or it should be like this, or what? Don't know why it is printing. Yeah, it should not print actually. It has no significance. Yeah. Suppose I write this. So you can see it is converting them entire code, this piece of code as comment. Yeah. Then this piece is going error because it is not defined, it will say. So this is the comments and list comprehension we talked. Yeah, just you can yeah print function yeah parameters and all. Suppose yeah there is one lambda expression actually. This also very often used in Python and asked by client students. So this is actually you can say when you want like one liner functions you want to write.
One line function isn't like an example.
Suppose, yeah, one line function or very small operations you want to do, but you don't want to write such big def and all. This one, def and doing some operation and all.
Okay.
So one liner function are actually not exactly one liner, I believe. Lambda functions are like short functions, you can call them. And so how this lambda keyword is there, how you will say x is equals to x square. So how we say square is this. So this is one lambda function. So lam L function we can say, yeah. And remember, we cannot use dash. We can use underscore. Yeah. So L function is there, right? We just define. This is the syntax. Nothing new in this. It just you have to say lambda. We are going to do operation taking x as an argument, and what we are going to do, we will do square of it.
Okay.
So this is how it works.
Can it print multiple values? Like in this
Yes,
function.
I think you can do saying x, y, z, and now what you want to do, saying x square plus y plus z. Now you have when you pass this 6 comma 6 comma 6, it should be 18, but now it's when you are doing a square, you can have actually, yeah, 36 plus 12, 48. Correct?
No, 1 minute.
Yeah, yes. Just you have to actually remember the syntax and why we are saying small. Actually, these small operations, you don't want to write such big def and all and do these things. It is very convenient one liner. You just and you are going to use only ones and all. I think it will. Yeah. Let me check. I also have some questions in my mind.
This lambda function in data analytics where we will use like
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Correct. So anywhere where you want to use functions, you can use lambda functions, and they will also have if and else. So I was not aware. So uh, suppose you are writing some uh, where we are going to use. So anything, right? Suppose your one column, you want to do this operation. You want to sum one columns a square and rest some two columns a sum. So you can call this function. You can write this function and call this on one of the data frame column or entire data frame actually. So you can say, yeah, summing up of the two columns is fine because you want to check total salary of two any person where two payments are there. Yeah, base pay and overall pay kind of things. And suppose you want to do sum over two of the month of any of the data set or 2 years data. Suppose you have 5 year data of Jan, sorry, all 12 months, but you want to do the aggregation or average over all the month and all, then you can use actually. So that time actually x will act as a one of the column of Jan, March, April, Feb. Y will act as a other column of any other years actually. So
okay.
there also you can use actually. We
In
were
this
I
lamb
was, yeah, going to give one example where actually we are using this else is also there. So yeah, I think I also forgot to talk about this. You can write like this actually. Formatting we call this. So I just keep in this even if. X is else it is what? I think yeah. Like for time being, you can remove this F. F is like formatting word. It is saying. So when you call result on 10, it will say yes. Oh, okay, we need one more thing. I think F we needed. Yeah, sorry. F and F. Now it should work. Yeah. So this is formatting of a string where we are defining X should be replaced by the argument which is going given by us, and based on that it will print yeah X is a even, then print this string, otherwise print that string other one. When you pass 11 it will say and X is an yeah.
Okay, even odd we are checking. Okay, there it is old, so I was a little confused what is old.
Oh sorry, odd I should write. Correct, sorry. Yeah. So if else is also possible. Some I think similarly else if is also possible, but I will leave it up to you. Or I think it is not possible. You can check else if is there. So else if is not possible, but yeah, you can have multiple if conditions actually. So in the eventually you can have also yeah.
Okay, I feel lambda is a little complex.
Yeah, lambda is little complex. That's why people confuse in the interview to in yeah candidates and so yeah, notice what it is doing. It is taking one argument and doing entire operation where you can say X is acting as a parameter for you. That's all. Instead of this, you can write another result one saying def result two. Sorry, result two function where you will say yeah X I am going to give. So yeah, just compare with this. If X, then actually you will able to grasp yeah what is going on. Sorry, this every time coming. So return yeah the same statement which we are returning here. Formatting of this.
Okay, this F stands for basically formatting, so we can use it in anywhere.
Correct.
Okay,
X formatting is not the yeah sorry I little it is for printing actually. So X formatting as an example I gave. So when you say this also, it is going to give the similar result. On result 2, I am saying a new function. Remember, yeah, underscore 2 I am using. But here if you pass 11, it will say same thing. So
okay,
this is equivalent to this both. That's why lambda functions are, they are saying one liner function you can write very easily. That's what.
okay. Instead of four line, we shrink the function to a single line.
Yeah, single line and you, this is not, I think this is little new concept or
Yeah,
maybe not sure for you, but other languages also have this functions now. I
okay.
yeah, I just saw in, or they call some other things. Yeah, SQL. This is one. Now I think one or two more things we have maps and filter. So we can define this one. Actually, yeah. So we have this function right already result two or result. lambda functions. Suppose you have a list of numbers and you want to create some get the result of this. How what you will do? This should work previously. I think I was using wrong. Yeah, let me check the syntax. Yeah. Oh, function name should first and then yeah. So now you say this result on you are doing this operation on numbers. So ah, and you have to use the list. So I'm not giving the easy one. I'm little giving the hard one. So you can see what it does. It maps. So first took the number of one element of number and did the same operation on the result one and stored in first element.
Mm,
This
yeah.
you can identify or not. So result we defined as a method right here, a function, lambda
Yeah.
function,
Right.
right? What
Yeah.
we did is we said yeah one function is there. You do this mapping of result on each of the numbers. So easier way is we mostly say is suppose square of it. Yeah. So we define one suppose square method. What it will do squaring of it. Yeah, return x square or cube is also there, but let's for time being square is there. Now if you call square method or square function on numbers, what it will give you squaring of each of the elements in the numbers.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Now it's little understood.
Yeah, so I think easy example then. uh, yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
there it was in lambda, right? So still I
Yeah,
couldn't digest the lambda one.
yeah, okay, no issue. Lambda is nothing but same thing. You can define
Mm,
this
okay.
function also as a lambda function.
Lambda. Yeah.
Correct. So how we can do is suppose a square lambda we can say lambda and equals to lambda will come into picture x colon what we are going to do
Into
on x
x
just
into.
square it. So this is lambda square function. So this same thing you can do here with instead of square method we will call square lambda method. So it will do the same operation. Just difference is uh, yeah, how you are defining the function. Either you used to like this, either you want one liner.
Okay.
This is how lambda function and map will work. Mapping is doing what? It is mapping this is doing this function operation on each of the element of numbers. And numbers have 1 to 5.
Okay. Numbers in the first example we have defined 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but in the second one, lambda we have defined, right? There
Yeah,
again we didn't pass the number. So it directly took it.
yeah,
How?
took the previous one. So numbers
Oh,
we did not deleted and all. You can here print and check. Yeah, what was the numbers? Numbers were 1 to 5 always.
okay.
Yeah,
And
you
should we
don't
use?
have to define. I think, yeah, here actually one tab is there. You can, I think, here open this variable. I think you can see what all the variables so far we used and where it is stored.
Okay.
So I think this you can also get in. Let me navigate to you. Anaconda, when you use Spider, actually, there also you can use. I think in Jupyter Notebook there will be some plugin I am sure, or some way will be there. You can also use there itself, or let me explore for. I cannot explore as of now. I don't have any notebook open. Otherwise, yeah. So there must be some ways you can check which all the variables you have so far. So in Spider, this was one of the terminal or here the tool IDE I used to tell, right?
Yeah.
So let it open. I will, yeah, can give you brief, but here actually you can see it's already there. This variables list is coming into picture, but in your Jupyter notebook also some extension will be there which can tell you which all the variables so far you are using. And you can, yeah, there is one more keyword is there, del. It will delete for you. So just if you say delete, I think now it's not, it should not be here. Yeah, numbers are gone now.
Okay.
Correct. Now if you use this, it will throw error because numbers are not defined. Yeah,
Okay.
numbers is not defined when you delete them.
And
So yeah,
using of list is important or what before the map function.
to see the values, yeah, correct. You can write set also. I think it will also give the results, but set are, yeah, no one prefer much to see in sets and all. Or you can use, so this set or list is iterating over this elements actually. So when you print this, right,
Mhm.
it is also another function actually. Yeah, so map one function is there which is stored, and it was going to give a iterator actually. Iterator in the sense when you do iteration, right? So suppose for I in, you can write like this also, and print I.
Fine.
So it will give you the same values as a result. So it is a iterator which has some values stored, but when you call them, then only it will print for you. Otherwise,
Okay.
it is just stored in the memory. But
Oh,
remember, yeah, if suppose one more thing is, suppose you stored this at some value actually. Suppose, yeah, you have stored as in map function here. But yeah, I should tell this, keep this into new code actually. Yeah, here. So suppose you did like this, and now you iterated over map function. I think it should, as of now, it will print. But when you are going to use, I think second time it will not print. It's gone. These are one timer actually, iterators.
okay.
This is like, yeah, little no more experience to Python you need. So iterators act as a one time in the memory. You don't have to store too long actually, or you can only use once actually. So these way, this also I think lambda functions also will work. You cannot use many times. Yeah. So numbers was missing. Yeah, numbers are now here. Now it will work. One more I think last button. Yeah, is there. Filter is also there. You can filter them, creating a lambda function and passing this sequence, and it will filter for you. And filtering is nothing but removing some of the element based on some conditions.
Filter
Yeah,
means where it is removing.
yeah. Map was done like, yeah, it will do same operation on list. So numbers are actually your 1 to 5. Suppose you created filter lambda, or just create an event saying lambda x equals to x if x percentile 2 equals to 0. Suppose you want did the filter operation or using even on numbers, so it will only print, it's some syntax error. E- what is this? Oh,
That colon is missing in it.
where?
Ah. if condition, then colon, then print you had told. Here it is directly like
No, no. I think, yeah. If is not required actually here. Lambda function, yeah, like this itself. So, how we use if? Yeah, I also colon and then this. Oh, directly we don't have to write x and x. Yeah, okay. So, what we are going to do, it is saying just keep those x which is even actually with this expression, right? So it is filtering over the numbers and removing those elements actually which are not following this even process or not othering this function, lambda even function. So this is how this filter works. These are some, yeah, generally asked Python's questions also. Yeah, our spider is also open. So yeah, I think here actually this console is there, or sir, yeah, here variable explorer. So suppose x is equals to 5, you define, run this. Yeah, it's store for you here.
that. Okay.
I think I will explore here next time. I will tell you otherwise if you're not able to find how to see, or maybe we can Google right now. Yeah, thing. Ayyo, variable explorer in notebook. Yeah, so they will suggest some. Oh, variable. Yeah, some extension you can download and you can see here. Yeah. But most of the time, yeah, I used to remember, but yeah, they have this some one made some, yeah, packages and all. Yeah. Yeah, I think not that's all. Some string has methods if you want to we can quickly cover. String has lower upper. This we talked, right?
Ah, yeah, this is correct.
Yeah, split is there. So you can see you can do splitting based on this also. You pass this, it's splitted based on that, and then you keep this dictionary we talked, list also we talked. Yeah, that's all Python basics we had. So I think, yeah, these are enough. Meaning in general, Python will have many things. Data science and sorry, computer science will have many languages, many topics to cover. So yeah,
Yeah.
obviously, this you can go for sorting, searching, many other data structures actually, queue stacks and all. But we don't need actually, yeah,
Okay.
in data analytics class, yeah. So yeah, I think that's all for today. I think it's enough for you also, yeah.
Lambda and the map. I
Yeah,
think
lambda
more
map
practice on
filter.
it.
Just remember one, two examples, good example which you can explain to people
Okay.
and later on remember the syntax which how you to use, and that's all I think. Yeah, nothing much. And generally, yeah, these are what will happen is you will prefer to write bigger than smaller actually, so everyone forgets to use lambda, I think so. Yeah, but it's good practice if you can write such, yeah, shorter versions. And
Okay.
pythons are actually very famous for one liners. So you can search one-liners Python. So you will find many one-liners for many of the codes. So yeah, there are some certain very, yeah, Python one-liner. This will okay. They are talking about some cheat sheet and all, but yeah, many are. So they are like even in very complex codes, they used to write in one line actually.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, I think, yeah, this wiki page is very powerful. Just go through, browse if you're able to grasp. Like, yeah, many things will be there one-liners.
okay.
So, hmm,
And
okay, yeah.
One more thing.
And yeah, you can do that exercise now. And if you want, I can pass you one exercise course. This,
Yeah, please.
yeah, it has some questions and answer. You can try yourself running. These are very easy and all, but yeah, you can try how you work on this. Try this. Yeah. Okay, I will pass this. Yeah. Yeah, you
Okay.
were asking something.
Right. Here in this Python, in the file saving, Python S2 dot, there is something IPYNB.
Yeah, yeah.
In my Jupyter also sometimes I see like it will be untitled. Then when I rename it, it will again join with dot IPYNB. What is that? So Python is
Extension for
not.
notebook.
No, okay, okay. NB is for notebook. PY is for
Yeah,
Python.
correct.
Okay,
So every file have some extension, right? Yeah, this has this extension.
okay. And it's like one dot. We have Anaconda. We have uh, as a part of Anaconda. I mean, sorry. To access Jupyter, we use Anaconda. Now we are installing again the Visual Studio, so which is like most used or mostly work.
Which one you get comfortable, you can use.
Okay, everything is similar. Yeah, it's a little bit
Yeah,
same.
it just yeah, you know, like settings are here. You want to do settings, you have to open preferences and then do the settings. They will have some JSON format and all. Something will be there. It depends on how you want to use. So these will have some settings. And sorry, I closed the that Jupyter. This will have some other settings and all. So some people use Spider, some people use Jupyter, some people use Notebook. Sorry, VS Code. So
Okay,
yeah, it's matter of choice only. Yeah, I don't say it's not restricting you to write better code actually. So your aim is to write code, right? In
yeah,
which yeah IDE you want to write, it's your call. I will say you can explore both Spider and this VS Code and check which one you are comfortable. I think VS Code generally, what will happen is some of the functionality don't have in others of the IDE connect, and these are actually comes with Microsoft, right? So they will have some license and all those things will be very easy to use and all.
okay.
So explore yeah VS Code also.
Whatever we are going to write will be the similar thing, but the
Yeah,
place where
and
we write is different. Yeah.
correct. Mostly you are not going to whenever you are going to deploy your code, you will be writing not Python notebooks more generally. Sometimes yeah, Sparks and all you are going to use, but here you are going to use .py files you are going to use actually.
Okay. This
Yeah,
will also be taught by you or what? Like using that dot py.
here just clear here I think and say test2.py. It will create a Python file, and here also similar codes and all you can write. So suppose you did someone which one? Uh, yeah, suppose you did this operation, but here the print statement you have to write actually. So when you write this answer, and then you can write print, and now you can run this using this command. Yeah, run command is there. It will give you the result. Yeah, this was the result. You run this test one.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
There immediately we were getting a output on a clicks. What?
correct.
Yes.
On the console itself, but you
Ah,
have to write here actually. Yeah, you can say console, but it's not. Yeah,
okay. Mostly in case of a development work or
yeah,
that
development
things
and all.
people use.
What
Yes.
we used to do is like you do operation and meaning you are not going to write in one go first
Mm.
perfect code. So we do is like on notebook do dummy exercises. When something is finalized, you can copy paste here and yeah deploy or send to your manager whatever.
Okay. Yeah. Now understood.
Yeah, I think, yeah, that's all for today.
Okay, okay.
Okay, then. Bye, Jay.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.